expensive.
Cool. Oh, whoa. Corey Body Bend's in the back right there. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Happy Monday, y'all.
5 strong. OA orders getting pumped. Valentine's Day sales getting ran through.
The sales are pretty good. Sales are very good.
Yeah, so what's today? So the 12th. So Valentine's Day is on Wednesday.
Oh, I got to rip a sourcing call later tonight.
Facts. Yeah, you want to do a big one tomorrow, Garrett? A stream?
Yeah, live sourcing.
Yeah. Because that was at 5 yesterday. Damn, Corey, you got a haircut, family?
I did about a week ago.
Yeah, it was funny. Like the audience, the population. It was none of the normal crew.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Facts. What's up, everyone? What up, Sunshine Deals? Columbia. Oh, yeah, it took a sec to load. Vibes super strong today. Corey, what's up in your world, family?
Same old, just approving some purchase orders today, hanging out in the Discord with the community. That's about it, man. What about you?
Handing out buckets.
Oh, yeah. Did you already play today, or are you going after this?
Oh, come on. You know it's right after on Mondays and Wednesdays. Yes.
Warren, are you going? Debut? Oh, you're not there.
I am not. I'm a little bit away from Miles now.
We had just talked about that too. We had literally just talked about that.
Right now. Yeah. Damn, bro. Damn, I haven't seen you in that setup in a minute, man. Damn. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually,
the SellerAmp logo shrunk. I feel like it was bigger on your screen.
It was way bigger.
It's different. It's a different camera. It's a different
calibrated. Yeah.
We're still counting. You got like a 2 or 3 day lag time when you're back in the lab.
Facts. Low key. Yeah. Okay, Garrett. How many goals did you have on Wednesday?
I only scored 1.
But Kaj blew the game winner, right?
The Vegas line was 1.5. So
Yeah, so Tony, for context on that, so Tony's in the school group, right? So you probably know him, right? So Kaj was actually also in the school group. He was like the 6th guy who ever joined. He plays on Garrett's soccer team, which is very good.
Yeah, he fumbled the bag. So we went down. It was 2-0. I scored. Then we scored again, tied it up 2-2. They went up 3-2. And it was 2 minutes left. Kaj had a sitter. We beat the goalie. And he
Damn.
Brutal. We still love him though. Okay, here we go. I just started sourcing for products. I use SellerAmp and Keepa. Do you guys have any other product research software? So Michael, not really software that you're going to need from the get-go, man. However, there are going to be some tools you're going to want to use. They're all free. So like Top Cashback, Rakuten, Capital One Shopping, Be Frugal, Coupon Birds. Those are going to be free extensions you're going to use that are going to give you cash back and coupons on your OA purchases. That'll be the difference between certain items being good and not being good. So you always want to check those coupon extensions. And then a little bit fancier, you super don't have to do this as a beginner, but it's not going to hurt, is using sites called Cardbear and Top Cashback to see if there's discounted gift cards you can purchase that'll also give you another percentage off. So when you're a beginner doing product research, a lot of people think that items are just going to be profitable at what price they show on Google. That's typically not the case, and you're going to need some sort of discount, whether that be a coupon code or a gift card or the item being on sale or a combination of the two or the three to make items good. Good to see you here, Mike. I don't think we recognize your name, so good to have you in the gang and such, and we're here to help on anything you need.
But I would even say further that just have put a sticky note on your screen of all the things that you should go through. Discounted gift card, sales tax, right? Customer service, any free member, like a new member code, 10%, 15%. Go through so you don't forget anything, just as you would sourcing criteria, right? Go through your checklist just to make sure you're getting the things that you want to be at the cheapest price. Because what would be a real bummer is if you bought something and you could have gotten an extra $2 or $3 or whatever the case may be.
That could be a really good lead magnet for one of you guys too. Just like, obviously it's not a sourcing criteria, but almost like a, hey, before you buy, this is your criteria to make sure you're getting every possible
lead checklist. Yeah, you want to pay as little as you can for inventory. And you ideally want all those discounting methods to be as hard to find as possible, because once you've been doing this for a while, it's easier for you to find. It's hard for beginners to find. That's going to lead to less competition, less price tanking, more profit for you.
Yeah, that's why most people give up, because they're like, oh, everything's not profitable at retail price immediately. And they're like, oh, I'm throwing in the towel.
And that's also to kind of finish this off, right? In terms of like going through your sourcing, what I tell people is to worry about profit at the end, worry about price at the end, right? Qualify based on obviously account health standards, right? IP, authenticity, those sorts of things. Then go through your velocity checkpoints and then worry about price at the end, because it's going to be the most malleable. It's going to be the most kind of changeable in terms of getting that extra $2, $3 off, whatever. If something's ranked velocity wise, like 150K, not really going to be able to do much to get it down to 50. But price points way different in both OA and wholesale.
Yeah. So Johnny says, is there a way to factor in prep center fees in SellerAmp? Yes. You want to put that in here where it says prep fee. And then misc fee percent is where you would put sales tax. The nice thing is if you're using a prep center, you probably aren't paying sales tax. If you're not using a prep center, you probably are paying sales tax. So we have prep fee right here and misc fee percent. And then you can do like a set misc fee too if you want as well. But you pretty much only need a prep fee or misc fee percent.
Yeah, it's good to bake that in. If you have virtual assistants, then add extra fees in on the back end so they don't forget it and that kind of thing too.
Michael, you're working too hard, my friend. I can almost guarantee you're working far too much. You're working too hard. What I would say, right, Miles, Warren, and myself, we have tens of hours, hundreds of hours of live sourcing. And we talked about this before on these calls. Start at any one of those products that we've gone through in our videos, right? We've talked through, we did the whole analysis, yada, yada, yada. Start there and work from there. Look at the other variations that we may not have touched on. Look at more products within the brand using some Keepa product finder tools and searches. Look at competitive sellers on those products because that's going to link you to hundreds of warm leads that you now have to qualify based on price, right? The hard work is already done once you're looking in the right places. Chances are you're probably manual searching. And because you don't have that sort of sixth sense in terms of the brands that work, the products, like, you can just feel when the profit's close. You're just working too hard. It likely is the case. So I would just start in some of the live sourcing videos that we've done and look for the adjacencies from that.
Yeah, and the big thing, Michael, is I also guarantee you haven't gone through that checklist of identifying discounts on probably even one of the websites you've seen so far. So the cool part is that I think it's also like an interesting mental reframe that like people think that we aren't just buying stuff on Nike.com. Like I spent the last 30 minutes placing 26 orders on Nike.com. I got to do 4 more for what I want. And it's literally a product that's just sitting right there that probably some people that have watched the stream have analyzed in the past. Right. And it's literally just knowing how to discount and then making the numbers work on stuff, utilizing gift cards, etc.
One part of what makes people really good at online arbitrage is mastering a small handful of sites, right? And it's the same exact strategy with wholesale. It doesn't make sense with online arbitrage to be sourcing 100 different websites. It makes way more sense to get really good at sourcing 2 or 3. And with wholesale, it doesn't make sense to have 100 different suppliers, but it does make sense to go really deep with 2 or 3. So the same concepts apply whether you're doing arbitrage or wholesale.
Damn, someone said in the chat, rare Corey W take.
Come on, now. Come on now. No, that's not even a real.
I'm just gonna see myself out.
You're just stirred. You commented that on the burner.
I was like looking for it. I was like, who said that?
Corey's got an enemy to make here.
Target on my back.
When sourcing products, look for the singles and doubles, not home runs. That's it. Your business is going to be built on the singles and doubles.
Jane never lied. Yeah, damn, that's a good catch right there, Jane, too. Holy, that's a good bolo right there. Yeah, the sales rank's low on it. The Keepa looks pretty good. Good work, Jane.
And also very often is the case you find a product and it's instantly a home run. You iterate, right? You order 10, they all sell out pretty quick. You order 50, they all sell out pretty quick, right? And you order a couple hundred and now they sell over the course of a week. And the price still stays, the market stays stable, all those sorts of things kind of happen over time. And the product sort of like earns itself to be a replenishable product rather than sourcing and looking for them off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, if the price is stable, there's a good chance it is a replenishable thing. But like once you've been doing this for 6 months, pretty much everything's a replenish just because you've existed long enough to see discounts repeat themselves. And if you've been around 6 months, you got a good shot at being around 3 years. So now you're going to see a ton of cycles of that item becoming good too. And such. Yeah. Manu's North Carolina fan, I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah, he is. He's in Raleigh.
Yeah.
So somebody, a younger guy asked this question earlier. Let's help him out. He said, so it's from King Drew. He said, can I make a new Amazon seller account? Because the first one I used my mom's email because she has Amazon Prime. So King Drew, just know that your buying account is going to be separate from your Seller Central account. And if for some reason you use your mom's email for your Seller Central account, you can just update the email address there to your email. Now, if you're asking that, I assume you're probably under the age of 18. And if that's the case, you've got to be 18 to have a seller account. So if your parents are fine with it, right, just operate under their account until you turn 18, and then you can separate out into your own account.
Okay, good question here. How does coupons work with bulk orders? The cool thing is that most coupons are percentage based. So like 20% is the same discount on a $200 versus a $2,000 order. Now, not every website is going to let you do 99 balls. However, if you're asking that question, you're probably not going to be doing 99 balls for a couple months, so it doesn't really matter, right? But a lot of websites will limit you on the per order basis, but you could do a ton of orders. Like I was saying a couple minutes ago, right? Nike.com, it's 10 per order, but I've done 26 orders in the past 45 minutes, right? And I can, do some more. So it's bulk friendly. It just isn't bulk friendly on a per order basis.
Just going to ASD as a spectator. Why would you go as everyone.
I think he means like not exhibit, or it depends what you mean, Ryan. But yeah, I mean, if you should go, if you can, yeah. It's
assume he means just like going with really no intention of buying, almost just to kind of like soak up the experience. So Ryan, if you want to do wholesale in any way moving forward, I highly recommend you attend, and don't show up as a spectator, right? Like do a little bit of research beforehand, find 8 to 10 to 15 brands that you would want to source when you're there. And then just practice. See it as practice, right? Walk up to booths, talk to vendors. You're going to look stupid, right? It happens. They don't care. They're not going to remember. They talk to hundreds of people each day. So get those reps in so that you can go back in August and really crush it. And really,
you desperately need to get rich. Like you desperately need to get rich.
Next day. They're not going to remember.
Yeah. Oh, who cares what they think in the
you
first
need to get notes. You need to know.
Even if you talk to someone the first day, go and talk to them the second day. They're not going to remember your face.
Yep.
Unless you have a mitt like Miles, then you might get remembered.
Yeah, you're gonna get told no 25 times in a row anyway, so you might as well do it early and get it out of the way. We got Dictator Miles on the stream tonight.
I called it. I signaled it as soon as it came.
Okay. Is it dark in Pennsylvania yet, Garrett?
No, it's light, Miles.
Right. Really?
No.
There we go. There we go. Okay, as a new FBM seller, it is important to get the Prime seal. You can if you're an FBM seller. Is there anything I need to be mindful of when applying for this? So Valley, you can't get the Prime seal as an FBM seller. What you do want to do to get the FBM buy box is, if you can, move your handling time to 0 days so that your delivery dates look a lot more competitive, and be using Repricer. I have a good YouTube tutorial on that.
Chris Grant has a golden take right there. Chris, I agree with this completely. He said, set a rejection quota when reaching out to suppliers. So instead of saying, hey, I'm going to reach out to 10 new suppliers today, reframe it and think, all right, I'm going to get told no from 10 suppliers today. I'm not going to stop calling suppliers until I've heard no 10 times, because you're going to get 10 times better if you do that every day, and you're just going to land more accounts that way. I love that, Chris.
Practicing pitching. That's a good way to treat it, man, but not going guns a-blazing. That would be like saying, like, I want to practice talking to girls, but I don't want any girls. Like, it doesn't really make sense. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Somebody had a good question here earlier. Where did it go? Oh, so yeah. So somebody asked, has Amazon changed the invoices required for ungating? No, as far as I know, I don't think so.
Nope. But they're going to decline you a couple times, and you have to resist the urge to really worry about it. You just got to trust Uncle Flips, Cousin Warner, Uncle Corey.
They smell your fear. If you fear, they that out. You're not getting ungated if you're afraid.
Because you notice you get these 19-year-olds that waltz onto Twitter with this swagger. You ever see one of them complaining about ungating? Of course not.
It's also the Amex Plum. The Amex Plum approval comes when you're ready.
Ungate's the big one. The big one. Yeah. And then, you ever seen a dude who shows his face on Twitter struggle with ungating? Never.
So I have a question for you guys, because somebody DM'd me this today. So he applied for ungating just in the grocery category, not at the brand level. And his invoice is legit. Everything's above board, but he got denied so many times. Amazon said, stop applying and stop submitting new applications.
That's when you apply quicker.
Here's the thing.
Is that something like, what's his plan of action?
If you haven't gotten that 86 times, you aren't posting anywhere close to enough content.
Yeah.
I'm getting that 6 times a day in the DMs. But yeah, it says, do not apply with the same info. Luckily, you can very easily submit new info.
Change your file name, add a credit card statement, pictures,
right? Delivery email, shipping email, etc. You see how I handle these objections? I'm a problem solver. Problem there, solve it.
Easy enough.
Jane, relax, Jane.
You gotta click that ungate button, the caps lock button.
That caps lock button hits crazy. Is it okay to find a bunch of product on one website only? Do you think you should find more websites? Yeah, I mean, go crazy on that one website while you got the opportunity, right? At some point, maybe they cancel your orders. You mix up the credit card numbers. You change the address a little bit, and also if you can find other sites, then go for it. But there's probably
if you can find something on. Yeah, if you can find them on one place, I guarantee you can find other products on other places because there's going to be competitors on those listings that have the exact same business model and sourcing strategies to you.
So all comps all day, I said, I'm getting out of the military with 15K saved up. Is this realistically enough to start a wholesale business with Amazon? So 15K is enough to start wholesale, but if you're brand new to Amazon, I wouldn't recommend starting with wholesale. I'd recommend listening to these three guys, right? Look at their free content on YouTube in particular. Start with arbitrage. Ideally, start with retail arbitrage because you could literally watch a YouTube video and make money in the same day. Once you've mastered reading a keep it graph and you've sent a couple of shipments to Amazon, then don't stop doing arbitrage, but maybe start adding a wholesale component to your business, start reaching out to a couple of suppliers per week. And that way you can kind of do both at the same time.
What does 0-day handling mean? Is this like 24 hours to ship out the order? It means honestly exactly what it sounds like, right? It means you ship the item out the same day if the order, or at least you buy the shipping, is before the cutoff time that you set in Amazon. What that does is it makes your expected delivery dates for the customer a lot sooner. So Amazon gives you more buy box share because it's a better customer experience.
Truthfully, been borderline ready to give up, but I keep
print the auto ungate well too, though, right? Your local Marshalls and TJ Maxx has probably honestly dozens of auto ungate brands that are waiting for you to print the cash on them.
Yep, that's a good one. How do you calculate how much of a product to restock? That is a good question. It means you're crushing it a little bit, right? So now you just need to squeeze it a little bit. I mean, look at what you want to figure out is the number of sales you have per day you're in stock, right? You don't care about how many you sold in the last 30 days or whatever, because maybe you were only in stock for 7 of them. So just find that number, multiply it by however many days you think it's going to be until you can restock it. So if it's a really good coupon, maybe it's 90 days. If it's around pretty often, maybe it's 14 days. And then that's kind of how you should decide it.
But luckily,
so
most people don't have enough.
Good.
I was going to say most people aren't busy enough where they can like place orders every week or every 2 weeks. So they don't have to necessarily expend as much capital up front for 30, 45 days as like a wholesale seller would. So just pop on a Nike, order a week's worth, pop on again a couple days later, order some more. You just earn more flexibility that way.
Somebody said, is there any way to ungate or unrestrict an ASIN that doesn't even allow you to apply? So the example they gave was VIX. So the answer is no. If you're straight up restricted, if it does not give you the option to even apply, then there's no way that you're going to be able to ungate that product or that ASIN.
Yep. You work 24-hour shifts. Damn, Anthony, you got that is rough. I don't know what you're up to. But
yeah, I mean, So if you're doing that,
there's some jobs, you probably
so
wouldn't be able to do 0 day if you know you're going to be on the clock for a day.
But my boy isn't working 24-hour shifts every day of the week, right? So he should turn it off and on depending on days. But I mean, my brother in Christ, if they got you working 24-hour shifts, you desperately need the 0-day handling time. Like you desperately need that. Should I close or delete a listing? I'd say probably just delete, honestly. But it like a lot of people, I mean, a lot of replen wealth is lost by deleting listings out of like worrying about IPI and stuff. But if it's like a small brand and if you think they might IP, you're not restocking it, totally delete it.
Oh, so this guy asked us earlier, and I'm actually curious about the answer too because I don't know it. So they asked, so they got an invoice, right? It's 10 units of the same SKU. But they said that it's different sizes, right? So it might be, for example, like 5 larges and 5 small. Will that still work for ungating, or does it need to be all 5, or does it need to be all 10 the same size?
That has to be one of the top plays of all time. If there's big sellers on a listing, would I get $5 if I keep the price the same as them? Check if other small sellers have, right? If that's not the case, there's going to be other small sellers trying to undercut, but there's a very, very good chance you'll be fine, social sync. Like 90% plus.
Yeah. Do they
Somebody
let you
said-
ship from the fire station? That'd be baller. You got some inventory
Yeah.
chilling at the
Yeah.
firehouse.
Actually, though, now that I think about it, man. So you have military discounts, Anthony. All right, Anthony, hit the IG DMs. I got you on the. I got you on some wealth, and the other dude who was in the military. Hit the DMs. I'll to let you guys know some fire military and first responder discounts y'all can use.
And nurses.
I can't wait for Money Monday when we're all at boot camp for the military discounts.
Low key.
Somebody said, is submitting SDS documents for dangerous goods difficult? No, it's literally as simple as uploading the document to the listing, right? So sometimes getting those documents can be difficult. A lot of times your supplier is going to have them if you're doing wholesale, but it's just a document upload essentially.
Have y'all used SM or TA? Back like 3 years ago, but these days they're like always way too competitive to be doing automated stuff like that, and it misses a ton because of like.
They also like ruined tactical arbitrage. Anytime these aggregators get their hands on something, it's done. So it's those.
Who were we
softwares
just
are
talking to
burned.
that you still uses TA miles?
Oh, I can't remember, but they were like, I can't. It was wholesale though. It was BBB.
Yeah.
I think it was Rudolph. There was something.
No,
in that
it was the guy before him. It was I got you.
I can't remember.
There's
Why
like a
is-
couple things, but
All
like beginners are sweating over stuff that does not matter with that. Yeah.
Drew, if I had a gun to your head, could you find United States as an option? I promise you could. It's on there, man. It's on there.
Top left corner on So
Yeah.
Essential. Go on, Drew.
Is there that you can list same stock on both places and have the quantities adjusted in real time so you don't oversell? Unfortunately, not at all.
That would be
Oh,
fire.
Misha.
But you and the
Yeah.
boys should be selling the same item, so you should be overselling stuff like crazy and not worrying about it at all. Oh, it was Misha. Damn. So Chris is a BBB listener. That's a W.
Yeah.
That's a W.
Okay, Alon, very good question here. So Alon is referencing the RFQ method, which is what we teach during the wholesale challenge. So he's saying that he put an RFQ in front of the supplier. It's profitable, but it's not quite profitable enough to where it makes sense for him to pull the trigger. So he's saying, like, basically, how do I get that extra little bit of discount to make this deal worthwhile? So Alon, that's when the 2PO method is going to be your best bet. So that was my YouTube video from yesterday, right? If you guys want to learn how to get wholesale discounts on your wholesale orders, go watch my YouTube video from yesterday. Alon, you're going to send him the order, right? The lower profit order that you've got, right? And it's going to be for a small quantity. And then you're going to send him a second order that's a bigger order, but has that discount that you need applied to it. And then you're going to say, hey, Mr. Supplier, you can process either of these. Just know that on this second order, I just need a little bit more of a discount to make it work. But that second order is going to be a lot bigger. And more than likely, they're going to be able to get you the pricing that you need if that order is acceptable to them.
It just gives him so much more motivation to walk down the hall and get that approval, right? He sees the number. So he's already doing the calculation. All right, 15% of 50,000, yada, yada, yada. That's a good chain,
Right.
good payday. He's already running the numbers, right? These people are salespeople. So give them the motivation they want to act on your behalf, go to their supervisors and get the discounts.
Yep.
The beginner forums where sellers can connect. Here's a good one. Miles and I also have a free Discord. It's linked down below. And then Twitter. So share your progress on Twitter. That's a good question to be asking. It means you want to make some friends and you understand the value. So any of those are good options for free.
Also, yeah. If anyone wants to have a networking party in the chat, drop like your socials, your name, like your social media handles, where you're located. That people do that in the webinar sometimes, and I think it's a vibe.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah. During the wholesale challenge, that's what we try to make it. Like, we try to make it a big, like, networking community type thing where it's like everybody's kind of learning from everybody else.
Yeah.
Somebody said, how do I find my first wholesale product? So before you find your first wholesale product, you've got to find your first wholesale supplier. And if you want to find your first wholesale supplier, you need to look for either brands or look for distributors. And so on my YouTube, I've got multiple videos, how to find brands, how to find distributors. I've even got a method on there for how to find brands without using any paid software tools. So completely free. So head over to my YouTube and check those out.
Bang. How much money should you have when you want to hire a first VA? How much are you confidently spending a bunch of money on your own? If not, then you don't know what you're going to teach them. If you are, then yeah, for sure. Once you're basically like, I'm confident I'm spending, 20, 30 grand a month, maybe less if you're like crazy busy, like genuinely, but somewhere around there and you just simply need help spending more money. doing wholesale out of the house. 2 brands got in contact. I did some brand direct wholesale out of the house. Corey, did you ever do any? Were you cranking stuff out of the garage and stuff?
Yeah, so I had stuff delivered to my like little tiny duplex. I've had stuff delivered to my dad's house. I know people that are doing 7 figures in wholesale operating out of their garage. So some suppliers, like you said, Sway, they will want a commercial address and they're not willing to compromise on that. But most suppliers don't really care. They just might charge you a little bit of an extra fee to send a truck with a lift gate on it or for like a residential delivery surcharge.
Let's go, baby.
Misha, we just interviewed Misha.
Hey.
He's doing big
Tito.
numbers wholesale out of his garage.
Oh, and that dude today we had Oscar as well. He's doing so. Like, yeah, I mean, the good thing is you're already reaching out. You're getting that objection. Now you're handling it. Typically, people that are asking that haven't done any outreach. So, like, yeah, you just got to objection handle based.
And the cool thing is, right? Take note on the people that say no because you need a warehouse, right? So when the time comes where you get a prep center or you get a warehouse, well, now you have a leads list that's already kind of half filtered through of people you can reach out to, be like, hey, shot a couple years ago, I do have that warehouse now. Let's get back in touch and let's make it happen.
Yeah, Nuva, you either gotta collaborate with other sellers, pay for help, or get the VA. Yeah.
Is that lemonade?
Yeah. I'm back
Lemonade in
on
the cup.
I took like 3 weeks off.
Hey, somebody said they learned about selling on Amazon on October 25th, and they sent their first shipment this weekend. That's awesome.
Well,
Many more to come.
That's awesome.
That is
If product has multiple listings, yeah, if you're FBM, then sell on multiple. Yeah, just make sure you don't sell on any of the listings that say like brand generic or there's something wrong about the listing where you get like more returns or accidentally infringe copyright.
Hey guys, I sent in 10 units. FBI sold 4, but the SC says 10 units over. So yeah, 6 are just in transfer. So a couple weeks you'll be good to go. Those 6 will send out or go into active. I would probably be looking to buy more though. If 4 are already sold, you should probably restock.
That's a good point. If they're requesting compliance documents, honestly, just like wait a couple days. Someone else will probably deal with it. Give it a buck. Give it a buck. You like
If there's heads on the listing.
Huh?
I said, especially if there's heads on the listing.
Oh, exactly. Right. So, yeah. Facts. Sweet. What other questions you guys got for us on this gorgeous Money Monday? Did we answer this multiple listing question? This is a fantastic question. I don't think so, right?
Yeah.
We did?
Well, just like briefly, yeah, I think Garrett briefly touched on
Yeah,
it.
I list them on all. No one is answering my question. All right, I can't see it, Eldora. Say it again. 10% cash back, get after y'all. So if you're FBA, you're avoiding selling on all listings or you're spreading your stock out across it. But if you're asking that question, you should be FBMing on all those multiple listing agents and printing the wealth and tweeting about it.
So Nuva said, do you use the Keep app when doing retail arbitrage or just SellerAmp? So
Both.
I would only use Well, I personally, I mean, isn't the Keep app integrated into SellerAmp? So why would you need both?
Well, I honestly just being a boomer and like and seeing the data again, keep it a buck with you. Like, but yeah, I mean, you really do only need SellerAmp though for that.
And I know, like, guys, when I go to trade shows, because trade shows are essentially retail arbitrage on steroids, right? A lot of these vendors are going to have the products that they're selling laid out on a booth. So, guys, when I'm at trade shows, like, I will take a retail arbitrage approach. I will literally start scanning products with my SellerAmp app and just read the keeper right there within SellerAmp, do my analysis right there within SellerAmp, and make all my decisions right there within the app.
That's a tweet if I ever heard it. Trade shows are retail arbitrage on story.
Yeah.
Get that loaded up in the
Schedule that right now.
Yeah.
How do y'all factor in returns with RI when sourcing? You don't unless it's like a huge factor, right? So we're talking sports bras, we're talking women's shoes, like those sorts of things where you have data that will then should then skew your sourcing, right? So when I kind of general guideline, whenever you're looking at like shoes or clothing, just like 2x whatever your minimum requirement is across the board, right? If your standard is 12, 14, 15% margin, I would say you should be reaching for at least like 25, 30% margin. If you're going to say yes, doesn't mean you have to skip all shoes, clothing, you know, sports bras, whatever. Just mitigate your risk, front load that sort of return into your margin to just to speed up cash flow and make things flow more efficiently.
Y'all rocking with the net gains? That's 2 people commenting on it today. Is that what Max is, or are you guys bantering?
I saw somebody say that.
Yeah.
I saw it too, obviously.
Matt said, how often does Amazon ask to verify your seller account for active sellers? Just got asked. I was having to do this every 3 months to keep the account active. That's never happened to me. So maybe if you don't have any listings, or if you're not selling anything, they might do that. I don't know. I had a couple of people ask about names of trade shows. I mean, ASD is kind of the most obvious one that's coming up here in March. It's going to happen again in August. You've got Expo East in Philly. You've got Expo West in, I think, LA. You've got Outdoor Retailer in Denver. You've got Miami Mart in Miami. You've got Atlanta Mart in Atlanta. There are thousands, guys, thousands of trade shows happening every year. Pick a niche and go to 3 or 4 trade shows a year, and you will be a 7-figure seller. I promise you.
Yeah, and there's smaller niche ones, right? There's beauty ones specifically. There's grocery. There's
Cosmoprof, a good beauty one.
All sorts of ones, even probably close where you don't have to fly to, right? Like, look at your closest city, and there's probably 2 or 3 across the year that happen right there. So it's not necessarily you have to fly across the world, across the country to ASD. It's probably one a little bit closer, which may even provide better opportunity, right? Because tons of people are going to ASD.
Oh, I think the smaller niche ones, especially that are local to you, guys, you're probably going to be the only Amazon seller in the building. Like, you can show up to a smaller niche local trade show and clean up, like, easy.
Most people are just too scared to shake a hand and say hi. Like,
That's it.
Yeah, well,
Amazon will just attract a lot of people who are like, oh, I can just sit behind the computer and not talk to anyone. And then they realize, like, oh, crap, it's still just like everything else, where the more people I talk to, the richer I'll be, the more fun I have.
Yep,
Yeah.
1000%. Damn, I'm getting flooded with FBA shipment pictures on the timeline. It switched up from the FBM vibes.
Amazon lost some inventory. Yeah, Jesse, just submit the invoices for whatever you bought, and then you'll get reimbursed from Amazon. It's like selling in bulk sometimes.
Where'd it go? I didn't even see the other guy mention net gains for real.
Yeah, like 3 people said it. On the buy box price, if there are more decreases than increase in the last 30 days, should you sell that? Guapify, you're overthinking it. Like, if the price is stable or going up, it's probably good. If the price is going down, it's probably not good. But if you're asking that question, you should just be buying a couple of things to FBM them.
Also, just look at the average price, right? Look at the average price over 30 days, 90 days, 180 days. That's going to give you a lot more insight than the current buy box price, because the current buy box price is just a snapshot in time. If you can be profitable at the average prices, you're going to be way better off.
What if my dad's is, but my, can I use my business license? Just, you can have any address on there. Just make sure that what really matters is where you order with that. Making sure that your billing address on the inventory you're ordering matches your Amazon Seller Central account one.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Did any of these Nike.com orders get canceled? I don't think. Let's find out.
They don't show on the invoice. I mean, just provide it whatever you got. You have an invoice. You have the tracking numbers for it. You should have your name or something like that on it. You'll be good.
Anyone's parlay hit yesterday? Garrett?
I won big off the Chiefs money line, but my parlay did not hit.
Okay. Can you?
I was going to. I forgot to gamble, which maybe is for the better.
Billy had like this degenerate like nine.
I could see that.
No, don't gamble, people. I saw this stat on Twitter that's like 3% of people win money. I was like, that's such a horrible idea.
That's crazy.
Thoughts on the stellar stock counts on Keep? Is it reliable to determine if it sells? Not a huge fan, Ryan. I'd most likely look at the oscillation on the offer count. It's going to be a much better determinant, just because people can hide their stock counts really easily.
If you see one that is showing sales, you can trust that, but it just doesn't show you the full picture. There's for every sale you see on there, there's a lot more that you don't see.
Did you watch it with Wi-Fi last night?
No. Cool, sweet. So yeah, we'll be on a couple more minutes. So any questions you guys got, please feel free to watch. Yeah, good, Corey. You just tweeted. Good job.
Yeah,
good. Better be auto retweet 3 times in the next 16 hours.
3 times every 9 hours.
Ooh, that's a little aggressive, but I rock with it.
Oh, I do 24. Should I shorten it up?
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
Like you know, if we can post another video, you get more ROI from that.
Matt said, yeah, probably have to make a seller support ticket to make sure I don't get deactivated. But Matt, aren't you selling on Amazon? Like, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would it be? Why would you still be getting those checks, or like those verifications?
My account got deactivated. That's a lie, Drew, because you were just asking about creating the account.
So probably drop shipped or something. Hopefully not.
No,
but-
I think my boy's working on creating it, honestly.
Okay.
But how is distributors have higher prices per piece in Amazon? But that's a small example. That's it's not always going to be like that. It's definitely going to be like that sometimes.
How do you deal with checking your phone for sales? By deleting the app.
You
It's
simply don't pick up the phone.
You just don't.
You just don't how do you avoid eating junk food? You don't put it in your mouth.
But
I've
when
been
it
logged
doesn't
out of my
if
seller
the
app for,
on
like,
the
4
phone doesn't
months.
make you any money. Just check it a couple times on your laptop. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is addicting though. It is addicting.
Yeah.
Like that's
wait,
that's,
so
that's when you're truly like maturing as an Amazon seller is when you no longer have to check the app like every hour of the day. Like that's when you know.
I do that tweet once a quarter. That one hits.
I want to kind of elaborate on Anthony's question here because it is a valid question. So he's basically saying like, why do some distributors have pricing on their website that's higher than the pricing on Amazon? And so Anthony, it's because they're not actual distributors, right? So legitimate distributors are going to be selling at wholesale pricing. The distributors that you're probably looking at their website, they're literally just retailers that call themselves a distributor, right? So if they just let you open up an account without any check or without any verification or anything like that, there's no barrier to entry and they will sell to anyone. So you want to target distributors that only sell to other businesses, that only sell in bulk at wholesale pricing. That's how you find products where you can buy them for, say, $15 and then turn around and sell them on Amazon for $35.
Almost guaranteed, Daniela, that product has an out-of-buy box, and that's why only a couple people are shown. Right there. Cool. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Really appreciate the Money Monday streams. I'm going to be on later tonight with Avery and Taylor for some good banter at like 9, I think.
Where's George at?
Huh?
Oh, he's right here. You want to see him?
Yeah, we haven't ran that back in a while. You've been lacking. Society has been slightly more fragmented since you did the wholesale challenge. Yeah.
The people
good,
need
good, beautiful.
He can't even lift up the dog. He's been skipping the gym. Corey's a mess.
I'm so much weaker.
Free Discord, all that good stuff linked in the description. Go take a look at some of those free resources. Get the auto ungates done today. Get on that stuff. All right, send it.
Ooh. Say bye, George.
He's struggling to pick up George. My man.
Yeah.
I want to toss him.
Yeah, Corey's got to make sure he keeps hitting the gym. Otherwise, he won't be able to pick up George anymore.
I felt that
It's
vibration.
the only reason I keep working out.
Love y'all. Have a great night.